Here's an engagement that I had in a node war against, I believe, 5 or 6 people. It's like a 1v5 or 6 situation. But before we break it down, just want to make it a point that these guys that I'm fighting obviously don't match up to me in gear score. The reason why I'm showing you guys this is to show you guys exactly what I'm doing in terms of being in a handicapped situation, mainly focusing on cycling through super armor rotations, frontal guards, and just generally staying protected and avoiding the CC. Just to give you guys a better idea on what I'm doing, regardless of gear, I could have easily been CC'd in this engagement, which I didn't. And I just want to break down each play that I did in this short little skirmish that I had to, just so that you guys can better understand the class and how I play it, and maybe you could apply some of the mechanics that I use in my striker play to help you guys out. So, so we're just gonna go ahead and watch this here. So right out the get-go, you guys are gonna have to excuse the quality. So I do apologize there. Just because this was a pre-recorded video from my stream, and the quality just I can't stream with super high quality because I play on a potato. So right out the gate, I was actually AFK. So if we look at that again, I'm actually AFK. And no bullshit, coincidentally, I just happened to get back to my computer right when someone started to engage on me. And here you could see some guy CCs me, or I think he stiffens me, and immediately my first reaction is Crouching Wolf. Crouching Wolf is the first thing I do because it's not only going to give me a buff, but it's going to give me a super armor that I need to stay protected. So the first thing you want to do immediately is go straight into your super armor. Okay, so here I go straight into Crouching Wolf there. This is my Crouching Wolf cooldown right here. And then you see me use that, and I counter that, and this is like a split-second decision with a grab. And you're going to see this grab right here go off cooldown. And I try to grab him because I'm not overwhelmed by a lot of people right now. Okay, so I go for the grab, but here you see it get resisted, and that's what that little jump back is. When you miss a grab, your character jumps back. And at this point in time, my character is actually vulnerable to get CC'd. There's a hole once you miss a grab. So from here, I go straight into Skull Crusher, okay, because I'm trying to cycle through my super armor rotation there. I could have easily done maybe like a Rage Hammer or Mass Destruction, but in this particular case, I go into my Skull Crusher. Notice I didn't burn the flow after, which is Skull Hammer, because that's a burst skill, and I don't want to waste that against one person that isn't even CC'd. So I've followed that. I followed up the grab miss with the Skull Crusher. And then I'm going to follow that up with an Echo Spirit, and that's what this little switch transition and scene looks like. Skull Crusher is going to reposition me, and at this point I'm seeing that there are multiple targets coming in. So I use my Skull Crusher to reposition myself, and then I'm going to use that and flow straight into Mass Destruction, which is my cooldown right here. I'm in Mass Destruction. This gives me a lingering super armor. So now I've got a little bit of time to sit in this. Okay, and I'm bubbled right now, and I'm aware of that. I'm not going to be able to take on multiple people regardless of how low their gear scores are, unless it's super low, which doesn't seem to be the case because I've actually taken a decent chunk of damage here. And I'm debuffed, and the first thing I got to do immediately right now, I'm thinking, is I need to survive and keep space to get rid of this bubble. Okay, so I followed up with Mass Destruction. I'm still in super armor, so these guys still can't CC me unless they grab me. Okay, so from here, I know that I'm bubbled, which means there's a magic user. I'm going to go ahead and hit my backstep, and that's the cooldown right here. You see right here, the number 7 key right there. I don't know if you can actually see this 7. But I go into my backstep, which is an iframe. I'm negating damage. Okay, I'm buying time to get rid of this big-ass debuff, and also backstep is going to give me a little magic DP buff, which is going to help because I know there's obviously magic users because I've been bubbled, right? Okay, so we go from backstep, and then again, like I said, we want to keep space, right? We want to keep space, so the next thing that I'm going to do there is Crouching Wolf. and I'm going to use a little back step that you could do, that you can activate after you use Crouching Wolf. Again, I'm still staying in my super arm rotation. I've been essentially fully protected this entire time, and I'm keeping space. Now I can see everyone in front of me. Everyone's in front of me right now. And then here, I turn my screen. There's a lot more coming, right? So from here, I go into my awakening stance because, again, there's a lot of different plays that I could have done. You can see my dashes are still not off cooldown. But in this particular play, I decide to C-swap to go into my monkey jump, which is this skill right here. You're going to see me go forward. And now I know that the buff is wearing off, or debuff rather, the bubble's wearing off. It is off. Now, this was a slightly dangerous play because in this frame right here, as I hit the ground from monkey jump, I'm vulnerable. Okay, for a very short window, for a very short period of time, I'm actually vulnerable. Okay, so I'm going to try and quickly get out of that vulnerable state by following it up with another skill that is protected. And I see multiple people. Again, when I pan the camera, I saw more people coming in. So I'm going to keep a little bit more space, again, backing up to try and get everyone in front of me, which is what I did right there. I used my flash step to go backwards. And then I'm going to follow that up with a mass destruction. So essentially what I've done is I engaged with monkey jump. I flash stepped backwards to not only get them in front of me, but to bait them towards me. Okay, now you can see everyone in the back line there has come towards me, and I'm going to counter that with mass destruction. And I know because there's a group of them, I'm going to at least catch one. Surely out of 5-6 people over there, one of them is unprotected. And that's exactly what I do. I actually catch 3 people with the stun, and I'm going to follow that up with a quick grab. And at this point, because of the damage that I've taken from my frontal block and from my HP, I know that I'm going to be able to sustain a quick grab. Okay, now this play won't work if the 5 people that I'm fighting are at soft cap. I'll take way too much damage, trade damage in this grab animation, but I recognize that I did outgear them. I could sustain a quick grab animation, so that's what I went for. And if you can sustain it, I would highly recommend it, because when this guy falls down, it's a knockdown, and everyone in his path is going to get knocked down as well if they are not protected. And you can see I've already caught 3 people with the mass destruction, and they're all going to go down. So here's the grab. I cancel the grab. They're all knocked down. I go straight into my Skull Crush. I will use my Skull Hammer here. Immediately going to follow that up with Echo Spirit, the cooldown you see on the left side right there. It's going to teleport me back behind the targets in this area that I'm showing you with my mouse. And after that happens, I make a quick decision because I know everyone has come towards me and took the bait from the flash step. And they are CC'd. I'm gonna actually go into Spiral into Rampaging Predator into this. The safe play would be to skip the Spiral and go straight into Rampaging Predator, but I decided to just do the Spiral and take the chance because I felt like everyone was in front of me and I CC'd everyone, and that is exactly what I do. And I actually flow it. I go into the flow of Bite Off because even if someone didn't get CC'd or I attacked them, all their HP is so low to the point where Bite Off would finish anyone that did want to linger and try to CC me if there was anyone alive, which there clearly wasn't. So that is how that little fight that's how that little skirmish happened there. And let's take a look at it in real time here. Okay, so here we go. Here's the crouching. These are all split-second decisions. I go into Echo Spirit after the Skull Crush. I'm backing up, keeping space, waiting for the debuff to go off. I engage, bait backwards, bait them successfully, counter it with the mass destruction. They're all stunned, get the AoE knockdown from the grab, and that's all she wrote.